doing swatch color comparison. So let's give people a few moments to join our live. Thank you for those of you who joined in early. I appreciate it. Hold on. Let's just kind of get ourselves a little situated. So for those of you who couldn't tell from the thumbnail, today we are doing a swatching of all of our special effects reds. So this is not a full list of our reds because we have like, you know, I don't know, maybe like 13 different reds, 15 different reds. It was a lot when Tiana and I were looking through it. So for those of you who are like, you guys don't have enough reds, I don't know, we got like 14 of them. So I don't know how much more red we can give you all. But these are some of the most festive reds for the holiday season. And today in our live, we're just going to be swatching these, and then I'm going to stamp them on black and white swatches so you can see what it looks like close up. So, aw, hi Aisha, thanks for joining us again. If I don't respond to your comments, I have my A team who is going to be helping me today. Tiana will be joining us in a little bit. So let's just get started. I'm going to just tell you the names of these polishes. However, we will be plugging the links into these products at a later time. So in case you need to know like right now what colors I'm having, then I'm just going to share with you. So the first one that we'll be doing is Wolfish, and that's B223. The second one is Aphrodite B346. And Slasher B401. And Evil Eye B308. So I'm just going to start with these four first because, again, I don't want to be keeping you here forever for a quick swatching video. So I have my nail tips ready to do all the swatching. I was prepared today. Let's just make sure they're all facing straight because that's just going to drive me crazy if they're not. And then we'll go ahead and swatch this color. So this is Wolfish. This came out in our, whoops, oh, hello. Realize I'm not even in frame. This came out in our Grimm's Fairy Tale collection, I want to say. So as you can see, it's a gorgeous red. I think I saw someone mention about gel polish. If you are doing gel polish, you can use stamping polish over your gel polish as long as it doesn't cover the entire surface. So for example, if you do a gel base and then you painted like one whole coat of, you know, regular polish, that's not going to fly. But if you're doing like stamping and maybe it's a lace design or something like that, and it has a lot of negative space, that's completely okay to stamp over gel. But we'll talk about that for another time. I think Tiana created a great video that explains how to work with gel and stamping, in case you are curious. So this is the very first color, and as you can see, it is a gorgeous deep red. It's a nice metallic. It's very smooth and buttery. A lot of these colors, since they are dark reds, are not going to look great over black because, well, you know, they're just dark. So it's going to be really hard to see that contrast versus if it was a light color. And then this is our second color. This is Aphrodite. And this is a gorgeous holographic red. It's very similar to Wolfish, except for the fact that it is holographic. And also, I want to say it's, personally, I think it looks just a tad bit lighter. But as you can see, it's still a very gorgeous shade of red. For me personally, I like darker reds, so this would be like my holiday go-to red if I had to pick one. The next color is Slasher B401. This red has a little bit of sparkle in it. It's more like a shimmer. I wouldn't call it holographic exactly, because next to the holographic, you can kind of see that it has more of like a rainbow effect. Usually holographic polishes, or things that I consider like a strong holographic polish, has like a rainbow effect. This is more like a red glitter. And as you can see, it's a little bit more warmer toned than the cool reds that we have, like Aphrodite and Wolfish. It's a bit more on the browner side, kind of like a strong red wine color. All of these polishes are available on the website. Some of them are in collections, while some of them are just available for individual sales, so you're going to have to take a look. Slasher is a little darker, but it's very pretty. It is very pretty. I do like Slasher quite a bit. You know, at first I said that I was more leaning towards Aphrodite, but I don't know. This might get me to change my mind. The texture for all of these polishes is very smooth. And the last color is going to be Evil Eye. Oh, I don't know. I changed my mind about everything. Now that I'm seeing all the reds like swatched together, they look so good. I actually would probably lean more towards Evil Eye. I just like the sinister nature of it. It just is a really, really pretty red to me. I like that it kind of looks like black in certain lights, and then at other angles you see like this candy apple red effect. It's also a very deep color. And the thing about metallics, if you look in bottles, especially with metallics that have like a silver like sheen to it, it clings to the pigments, the silver pigments cling to the bottle. Something about the glass, they just like to cling to it, I guess, and you don't actually get the true color. So the only way to see this true color is you'd either need to shake up the bottle a lot, or you just kind of have to look. But it's a really nice surprise because you don't expect all of this gorgeous candy apple red in like this bottle. So you'll definitely have to check those out. I'm going to do the stamping swatches after I do all of the color swatches, but these are the first 4 that I wanted to show you, and by far, I'm leaning towards Evil Eye. Yep, that's my final pick for this set. The next 4 polishes we're going to be focusing on is Chaka Santa. So if you received our Mani by Me box, then this is one of the colors that you received early. If not, this color will be available on the site at a later date, so make sure that you're just checking up on the site to see when that launches. The next color is Galentine B329. And after that, we're going to be doing Lehua, which is B342. And if you didn't know, Lehua is a flower in Hawaii. And the last special effects red we're going to be doing is Poppy Seed, B272. This is a sheer tint red, so you can do some pretty cool things with that. Let's start off with Chaka Santa. So this is a nice glitter red. It has a little bit of texture in comparison to our other polishes. If you're familiar with Celestial, Celestial has a little bit of texture. It's like a navy blue with silver holographic glitter. This one also has just a very, very slight texture when it dries, but I want to say it's like a classic red. I think a lot of people really like Chaka Santa. Yep, Monique is saying that she thinks it's stunning. Yes, it is definitely a true bright Christmas red. If you're thinking of like the quintessential bright red for Christmas, this would be it. The next color is, I can't remember. Hold on, give me 1 second to look at the name again. I want to say, it's either Lehua or Galentine. Oh, it's Galentine red. Aisha, you're too funny. So, as you can see, the Galentine red, it has shimmer in it, but it's different. This is more like a glitter, where this is more like a soft metallic shimmer. I'd say that is the difference between the two. The last, or the third, is Lehua, which is B342. This also is a shimmer effect. It's even lighter than our Galentine shade. I feel like if I had put this with pinks, it could have also went towards the more pink route, but with the reds, it also could work as a red. And I felt like it matched almost more with the reds than it did with a pink. And then the very last color we're going to do is Poppy Seed, B272. So this is a sheer tint red. This is really cool for double stamping. You can get some very interesting 3D effects. I think Tiana even did a live talking about how you can like double stamp with our Rainbow Splash collection using this Poppy Seed red and the blue that comes in that collection. I think it's called like an anaglyph or something like that. Yeah, so here, since the nail tip that I'm using is a bit of a like milky white, it's not 100% see-through, so you're not seeing the full see-through effect, but on a nail you are going to get more of that see-through. You can kind of see like when I put my finger underneath here, I don't know if you guys can tell. Let me see if I can show you like, oh, see? I feel like you guys can see the light through when I put the plate underneath. So as you can tell, it is a very sheer red, and it's designed to be that way, so that way you guys can do lead lighting manicures or do like coloring over your stamp designs. And in the bottle, it looks like it's an opaque red, but it's not. It's fun for like tie-dye effects and all that kind of things like that. So these are our 8 special effects reds. Getting all tongue-tied over here. Let's show you how they stamp. Do you guys have a favorite? If you do, tell me in the comments below what your favorite red is. We're gonna start in the same order that we swatched. Excuse me. So I like to use circular designs when I'm doing stamping swatches. It drives me crazy when the stamping swatch is like not in the circle and it's also not a circle. I don't know why. It's so silly, but I just don't like it. So I wanted to show you what it looks like if I use a circle swatch. Zelda says she loves Chaka Santa. Oh man, it's gonna be one of these days. I realized because I wiped my hand, I put like cuticle oil all over my hands and then I touched all of the bottles and the caps, we might get a little bit of this splotchiness. So please excuse me if this does happen, but as you can see, it does stamp beautifully over the white. You can see it on the red, but it's not as strong because obviously this color is very, very dark. So let's try again, and maybe I'll talk less and move faster. Yeah, if we did all of the reds in one video, you guys would be here forever. Tiana and I were talking about it too. We were like, should we show them all the reds in one video? And we're like, maybe not, because you all don't want to be here for like 2 hours swatching polishes with me. Oh my goodness, you see? I am moving way too slow today, or probably the fact that I have cuticle oil and I touched everything. So based off of what you're seeing, you can see that it stamps on white. Let me try again. This is driving me crazy. Maybe I have to try with a different design. Oh, Tracy said she can't pick a favorite. They're all gorgeous. They're all special in their own way. And honestly, for those of you who have stamped for a long time, the more you stamp, the more you realize every color and every shade makes a difference, even if it's like the slightest shade change. Yeah, guys, I think it's just me today. I think I'm the problem. I'm pretty sure I got my oil like from my cuticles everywhere. So let me switch over to paper and we'll try that instead. So I have some black paper here that we use to do stamp swatches on, and I'm going to be using that today since clearly my cuticle oil got on everything and now it's impossible to see what I'm doing. And the stamp is not sticking since I got oil on the swatch sticker. So now we're just going to improvise. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to stamp all of the colors next to them, or next to each other, and then we're going to take a look so that way it makes it a little easier for you all as well. And also gotta do Evil Eye. And also, I will also re-stamp Wolfish, so that way you guys can check that out too. And here is I'm so happy I'm not the one, the only one who has off days. It's nice to hear that you guys have them too, so that way we can share in the awkwardness together. So this is Wolfish, and then this is Aphrodite. This is our, what was that word? Slasher. And then this is Evil Eye. So again, they show up on black, but they are darker colors. So it's not going to be as strong of a contrast versus if we stamp them on white. Now, if you'd like me to see me stamp that on white, give me 1 second and I'll just do the whole process for you all over again. And if you haven't noticed, I have a little paper underneath here, which is from my, what is this? My leftover sticky stamper station, and I wanted to use it to help make sure that my mat stays as clean as possible, because I hate having to clean up polish from my mat. It's so annoying. I'm sure you all know how that feels. It's funny because it's like the mat was specifically created for this, but I don't know. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to get it messy. Plus, I have all these extra papers from my sticky stamper station, so I like to reuse them because they are polish resistant. So if I get polish on this, it doesn't seep through the paper like how you would if you did it like on copy paper, for example. If you tried this on copy paper, the polish would seep through and whatever surface is underneath would get polish on it. So these have like a plastic coating, so it makes sure that none of the polishes leak. So these are the colors that we just stamped. It's kind of hard to tell with the details so small, but this is Wolfish, this is Aphrodite, this is Slasher, and then this is Evil Eye. So even though Evil Eye is very, very dark color, it's surprisingly doing so well in our swatches, because you can see here it's very vibrant on the black and also on the white. So these are all of our swatches, and you can see them side by side. Or actually, maybe I should do it this way since it makes it a little easier. You can even see the holographic shimmer in Aphrodite when I move the paper at different angles. I feel like you can see the metallic effects. Even our Chaka Santa, you can see that really well. Okay, so let's do the last 4. Thank you for being so patient with me and all of the awkward transitions that I'm going through. We're gonna clean this and work on our next batch of swatches. So let's start off with Chaka Santa. Oh my gosh, I said Chaka Santa earlier, but I meant Slasher. We have a lot of reds. We have a lot of red polishes. So let me stamp this. And then I'm gonna try and stamp them all out at the same time. So that way you can see. So, how is everyone's weekend? Do you guys have plans for Christmas? Or the winter season if you don't celebrate Christmas? Share with me in the comments below. I don't have any plans this Christmas. I'm not traveling anywhere. I'll probably just spend some time with my family, and that's pretty much it. No exciting trips for me this year, but maybe next year. You're going on vacation for your birthday. Ooh, where are you going on vacation? I'm jealous. I'm so jealous. So, I think someone was asking about showing the reds on black. We're gonna show the reds on black and white. So just be a little patient with me and I'll make sure I show you both, I promise. Ooh, you're going to Mexico. Well, I hope you have an amazing birthday. I bet you will. Some gorgeous beaches and lots of good food. Sounds like a great time. Oh. You have 2 boys' birthdays sandwiched between... Oh, gosh, I know how you feel. I know how you feel. My coworker and I were just talking about that today of like, man, this season is... it's the season to buy. It's the season to get presents. Everyone that I love, majority of... Yeah, like everyone that I'm close to, my family and... my partner and all this stuff, our anniversaries and birthdays all happen between like October and January. So between Christmas and my closest friends' birthdays, my partner's birthday, my family's birthdays, like they all happen around that time. So by the time the holidays are done, I'm just like, okay. I nobody asked me for anything for the next like 3 years. Okay, so we got the swatches for the lighter reds, and let me line these up so you can see. Okay, what would be the easiest way to show you? Let me just fold this. Okay, so this is our Chaka Santa. This one is our Galentine. The next one is Lehua, and the last one that is almost impossible to see is our Sheer Tints Poppy Seed. So let me show you what it looks like even closer, because a lot of times with the swatches and stuff, seeing it at a flat angle is not really the true color, because it looks different at different angles. So I highly, highly recommend that when you are swatching polishes yourself, try looking at it in different light. Sometimes different lighting, different angles really shows a different side of the polish. For example, if I kind of do this, you kind of can't really see this Galentine red, but then I just tilt it up and it's like, wow, look at how pretty it is. You see all that shimmer and all that sparkle. So again, one still angle isn't going to be the truest representation of what the color actually looks like. We try our best to show you in our swatch images, but again, sometimes that just doesn't do it justice. So let me show you again what our dark red stamp swatches look like versus our light red. You can see them here. And of course, let me show you the final swatch, because those are the prettiest, and that's the nail tips. I feel like they dried now. So I'm going to turn these to the side. You can see here, they're all smooth. None of them are like rough. When you run your finger over this, you feel a slight texture, but when you turn it to the side, it's pretty smooth. There's little fine glitter pigments in here, but it's not going to be distracting. You're not going to have any problems. You don't have to worry about scratching anything, but you still get all of that fun glitter goodness. Okay, the second light red swatches I'm going to show you here. You can see here that Chaka Santa has a very, very, very slight grittiness from the glitter. You can kind of see it on the surface, but for the most part, it's pretty smooth, and you're not going to have any issues when you paint your nails or scratch your face or anything like that. I think the reason I keep bringing that up is because sometimes when you have glitter polishes that has a really textured type of finish, sometimes you accidentally like scratch your face or scratch yourself with it and get like these tiny little cuts. It's just irritating. So you're not going to have to worry about any of that with our polishes. So overall, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments below. If I didn't answer them, please forgive me. I will go back later and answer those questions. But I wanted to kind of finish this up because you guys have been so patient with me and watching me struggle through all my awkward transitions. Anyways, I hope you all have an amazing holiday, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!